Okay, then we are back. It's the latest episode of Rear Naked Chat, the online video podcast. If you're watching, if you've just turned on, please note this is not an episode of The Ultimate Fighter.
No.
Just wanted to make that clear in case anyone wanted to go and bitch about it on YouTube.
I'm not Sam Cecilia.
He's not. And yeah.
I can't think who you look like.
I know, I was trying to pull something out there, and I couldn't get anyone.
I'm also going to put my hat on this week because I think YouTube is targeting hair loss adverts towards our unfortunate listeners. Yeah, and I've got a theory that it must be because it's just seeing my head.
Your head.
So this is just a test. We'll see what happens.
Okay, nice. So just in case anyone wants to misleading text on YouTube, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
This is a podcast. We're breaking down, we're reviewing The Ultimate Fighter from a fan's perspective. We're fans of the show. Been watching it since the first season. So
yeah, we don't know shit about fighting. We don't know anything about jiu-jitsu or striking.
Well, we know a little bit. We
know a little bit what we know from Joe Rogan, but essentially we know what we like to see of a fighting show.
That's it. We but apart from that, we have also had our first ever comment, so it's quite an important day for us here at Rear Naked Chat.
Yeah, because we were really looking forward to once we put this up on YouTube, it'll be nice to have some sort of interaction with the fans, some sort of feedback.
Like-minded people who also enjoy the show, like our little perspectives on it. So, just pretty big moment for us to get our first comment ever from a Mr. Roger P. Silver.
Yep.
He was kind enough to share his thoughts on what we've done so far. So, I suppose I'll read it.
Just read the comment out. It's typically YouTube. That's all I'll say about it.
Yeah. Man, you talk so much shit. Nice start. He's
gone for the jugular. He's gone for the jugular.
Yeah, well, I'm still with him up to that point. We do. That's kind of the point of the show, really. We're just talking shit about TUF or any MMA, really.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying that, so I'm glad he's breaking it down for us.
Okay, so man, you guys talk so much shit.
So, the reason I'm saying that is your like bar is the size of your dick. So I think he was trying to suggest that not.
Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you.
Yeah. Straight for the dick attack, which is a bit unfair. You got no proof of that, mate.
You're assuming. Never assume.
Never assume. Make an ass out of you and me. And even though he's given us his feedback, I don't think he's been a little bit unfair because he's not really wanting any feedback from us because he says don't make a comment on this shit, just agree my comment put a positive here. Not really sure I can agree that comment put a positive here, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of him writing down you suck on a bit of paper, scrunching it up, stuffing it in our mouths and just agree.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks. Anyway, Mr. Roger P. Silver.
Feedback's always appreciated, positive or negative.
Yeah.
It only makes us stronger, man. You only make us stronger.
It's like a little bit of venom every day. You build up community. Hey, at least somebody's fucking watching.
Yeah.
But anyway, fuck that. Let's get down. Forget the haters.
Yes.
Get down to business. Latest episode, season 15, episode 5. TUF Live, Cruz, Faber. And right off the bat, typical TUF fashion, there was a little bit of drama where Dominic Cruz was basically trying to prepare his fighter, wasn't he, Michael Chiesa?
Oh, right, yeah.
To his best mate and said, right, what you got for us?
I felt so sorry for Sam Cecilia, man. So sorry for him. Because he was just... Did you see his body language as well? As soon as it came up, his first thing he did that thing of just putting his hands up in the air. The words were saying, yeah, that's cool, but he was just saying, leave me out of this, man. Leave me out of this.
Yeah, don't do this to me. Yeah, that's a tough situation to be in. Seriously.
I did think this is the first time I felt a little bit negatively about Cruz. Because, I know he wants to win and everything, but just the way he was doing it was a bit manipulative. It was like... Oh
But,
yeah, if you want that belt, you got to be willing to give up everything for it. And I don't
but
think,
he had a point.
but I
He
don't
had
think
a point.
helping Jeremy Larson is going to help him get the title. It's going to help him lose a good friend potentially who just lost his dad, but that's not going to do anything for his title shots.
It's the principle, though.
I know what you mean.
It's the principle. I could see Dominic Cruz's point because, as well, he's got a job to do, and he's clearly the kind of guy who's like, if I'm doing something, I'm doing it as well as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So from his perspective as a coach, if he's got a chance to find out as much as he can about the opposing fighter, he should be trying to get that information, really. So on that side, I can see why Dominic Cruz would be like that. But on the other hand, like you said, the guy's dad just died.
Yeah. And now you want him to lose a friend as well.
You want his best mate.
just turn on him. Turn that knife in, man.
Fuck him over, yeah. So it's a bit of a tricky situation. Really,
I also thought when Sam Cecilia was talking to Mike Chiesa back at the house and doing the whole, they were trying to get information from me and shit. I swear I saw a look in Chiesa's eyes, which was just like, "All right, so you're not going to help me either, then."
Yeah.
Because he wanted some tips. He would have expected help from his mate because they've done that before on shows.
I didn't even pick up on that. Yeah, of course.
Team Purple, mate. Team Purple.
Team Purple. Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad it worked out the way it did because in the end, Cecilia basically just said, "Look, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable doing that," and Dominic Cruz kind of just had to accept it. And I can also see why he was maybe wanting to get a bit of an extra advantage. Because when they first cut to him training, what was the guy's name this week? I've forgotten.
Chiesa? Larson?
Yeah. Larson, yeah. I think he said your main tactic needs to be using the cage.
Yeah.
And I was like, if your main strength involves using equipment, like using the cage...
That ain't fighting, dog. That ain't fighting.
It's probably not a good sign.
Yeah.
It's not, right, you need to... look for the takedowns, or you need to utilize your stand-up.
Yeah.
It's like, mate, you should probably try and get him against the cage so he can't go anywhere.
That's a very defensive tactic. That's yeah.
It's almost like your last resort, really.
Yeah. That's the last thing that stops you from being taken down and just being pounded on.
Yeah.
But I think I'm starting to see Cruz's, I wouldn't say evil side, but like, this is the first time I'm seeing him, like, he hates losing. You can see he hates it.
He's very competitive, and he's very professional.
Yeah.
One and two. That
oozes
as
in,
out
when
of him.
it comes to winning, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
We live in a competitive environment.
Yeah.
This is like, this is fighting.
It's all about...
The difference between winning and losing is massive here, massive.
Yeah, and it's also your job, and therefore... You're either all in or you're all out. That seems to be his attitude. Which probably brings us to Chris Tickle, I suppose, if you want to...
Tickle, man. Tickle.
Why? You spotted it. You spotted it even
week
before
one.
Me. Yeah, week one, you said this guy's going to be a problem.
There's always one, though, and you've got to know who it is.
Yeah.
There's always one. But I just don't know, why did he pick him? Why did he actually pick him? Because he didn't want to be in his team. He just done it just to do that to Faber.
That maybe as well he wanted the challenge of sort of moulding him into...
Yeah, he does believe in him. He does believe in it. And actually, I rewatched his first fight. Tickle's a fucking beast, man.
He was dangerous.
Yeah, he was one of those guys. When he was punching, he's shouting at the same time.
Yeah,
he's just he's just like scaring them as well.
Yeah, well, that's a boxing thing as well. His stand-up was very good. He looks like a good striker, but just mentally, man, he just doesn't seem to...
I do enjoy how much he's just on his case, just relentlessly.
Yeah,
Cruz is all over him. Like, every time he wants a toilet break, he's like, "Look, if he shits all over himself, that's your problem."
Yeah,
it might also be the guy who's got his back. It might become his problem as well, though.
True. Yeah, true. And maybe the ref's problem as well if he's got to dive in and break them up.
What would happen if that actually took place? If someone just shat themselves in a fight? Just straining too hard in a certain position. Sometimes when they're like rolling on the floor, like their arse might come up, and you just see some shit come out. Would it just carry on?
What was I listening to?
Don't tell me that happened.
It might have been the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm sure someone was talking about that as a technique. Just shitting yourself.
What's a technique?
Somebody did it.
That's not a technique. It's a fucking accident.
No, somebody's done that. Fuck. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'm going to look that up.
Oh, mate, if that's true, that's fucking
Somebody's
amazing.
done that in a fight. I'm sure I've heard that in the last couple of days. Oh no, it was wrestling. It was on the Opie and Anthony show.
Well, amateur wrestling or professional?
No, it was Andre the Giant. Did it just to spite someone. Just to be a dick. He shit his own pants and then wrestled someone.
That was
and
a
they
big
had
shit.
to fucking deal with wrestling someone.
Smell and the shit. Oh god.
Yeah. Just to spite him.
Andre the Giant's fucking legendary, mate. He's just legendary. He didn't give a fuck.
No,
basically.
He was a legendary arsehole, wasn't he, really? Yeah, that was it. It was on the Opie and Anthony show they were talking about him. Shit his own pants just to be a bastard.
What are you making of the Cruz Faber rivalries that's coming on?
Anyway, well, I was just, can we get to that in a second?
Yeah.
I was just, as we were on the subject of Chris Tickle.
Oh, all right, okay.
Did you notice as well? There was one bit because you're saying Cruz is basically being
just on him,
relentless to him. Did you see the bit when they were sparring? And he'd been complaining about a bad stomach.
Yes.
When they're sparring, Phil Davis was just going, hit him with more body shots. Just making it like they were just punishing him. But I think, obviously, I don't train in MMA gyms, but I wonder if that's a little bit of the culture. It's like if someone's being a bitch.
Yeah.
It's everyone else's responsibility to show him that that's not cool.
I've been in a few gyms like over my life, like kickboxing, a little bit of MMA here and there, and yeah, if you show any weakness, man, a certain type of trainer will just jump all over that.
Punish you for it.
Yeah, punish you for
it. Like Cruz said as well, you're either all in or you're all out.
I think that's a good... It's the mentality of fighting, isn't it? If you show any kind of weakness, it's going to get pounced on. That's what will happen in the cage, in a real fight. So
that's the mentality.
Do it in training as well. Fuck it.
That's the mentality of life.
The jungle.
You're all in or you're all out, man. But yeah, and then he goes to the hospital and they said you got no gout, so he's basically full of shit the whole time.
Yeah, it's just a hurting toe.
No pun intended. But,
that whole gout, it's like I feel sorry for the editors on this, man, because we're talking about this like the fact that it's live and the show is.
Yeah. They've got a limited thing to work with.
I feel sorry. Yeah, they're struggling with the editing. They've only got a week to do it, and then when you've got the whole show to work with, you might spot things after you've seen the whole thing. Like, oh, actually, I saw that building up from episode 1 and 2, and you start putting it in. But they might be leaving that stuff out that might turn out to be actually quite important later down the line. So they're jumping on things that seem big, like the gout thing could have been big, but it was just like, oh right, that was kind of lame.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
This was a non-story.
Yeah, so the stuff in the house, like I'm loving the whole fighting, seeing the training, because I think we're going more in depth than ever in terms of that side of it.
Because like you said, they can't really edit the drama to make a storyline.
Exactly. So the training becomes a storyline.
Yeah, which I love. I'm enjoying.
Which is great, but I do think we're losing out on a little bit of entertainment from the house because we're not quite getting. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like they're gonna kick off or something's gonna happen or they really believe in their teams. It's just like, we're all fighters. We're all just looking out for ourselves. We're all trying to win. It's like, come on, man. Where's the teams?
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get to that in our next podcast.
In Brazil, TUF Brazil. Thank God for TUF Brazil, man.
Yeah, but I guess until then, I suppose we get down to the fight. I think pre-fight talk and stuff.
Yeah.
The way when Chiesa was talking about his dad, I was just thinking he's gonna fuck this guy up.
Yeah.
He had that vibe about him of like, I've got nothing to lose now. This is, and almost that belief of like my dad's watching over me, and that's a powerful thing, man. But then having said that, the way Dominic Cruz was talking about Larson, I was kind of like, okay, maybe it's not going to be too one-sided, because Cruz was saying, he's got that heart, like he'll never give up. He's the type of guy who'll get back up. Just
to spite you. But all of this for me was just built. I saw it coming again. The style of fight, because they knew they picked it because of the wrestling thing. Yeah. Because Chiesa had good takedown and he struggled a little bit off his back. Yeah. And you could just tell that this. I don't know. For me, it was stood out like this is going to be a lay and pray.
Yeah.
Which it basically. The fight annoyed me, to be honest. It really annoyed me. I hate that style of fight. I really do.
Boring.
It's basically a wrestling match. That's what that was. That was an amateur wrestling match. He showed very basic jiu-jitsu, managed
Yeah,
to get like, half a guillotine. No, not
yeah,
guillotine, a rear naked choke in at the end.
yeah. When he did throw a decent strike, it was illegal.
Yeah,
He got deducted.
yeah.
I tell you, one touch I did like was they have the coach cams, so you have a little
Their
pop-up window
face,
of a coach in
yes.
the corner. But what I was thinking was, what they also need is every time Steve Massagati's the ref, they should have a Dana White cam as well, just to see how pissed off he is.
Yeah.
How
I
much
would love that. I would love that.
he-
Dana White cam every time Mazzagatti refs, like even at pay-per-views. I think it'd be fascinating.
it just um and it made me wish, man, because Fox are obviously figuring this out as they go, but that
Mm.
made me wish, man, like I wish they'd have had those coach cams in other seasons as well,
Oh
man. Like,
God, yeah.
imagine if we could have seen BJ Penn in his season.
When it
Would have
was
been amazing.
who was that fight? Emerson.
Emerson,
Emerson.
yeah,
Emerson's just in the most fucked up position ever, and the only
telling
thing he
him to
can
do
say is
shit.
just get up, Emerson. Take his back, Emerson.
Yeah, the guy's just basically got him completely tied up.
Yeah.
Wrist control.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
and Emerson's
fuck.
almost looking over like, what the fuck do you want me to do? I can't move.
Teleport, Emerson.
Um, and Rampage Rashad would have been good coach cams
God.
as well, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit that went on.
Just seeing Rampage slowly get angrier, and you would have seen that whole build up to him smashing the fuck out of that door.
Yeah, it would have been brilliant. But
yeah.
yeah, maybe in future we can look forward to that kind of shit.
That fight though, it looked like Cruz did the same thing as Faber, whereas normally he's getting his fighter mentally ready
Yeah, he
before
was
the
talking
fight. He was
tactics.
talking last minute tactics, and that's
I've
where
heard-
your
yeah.
desperation to win and the competitiveness comes out. When you're on your back foot, you start doing shit like that. I think.
I noted that as well. Yeah. And again, that wasn't a good sign. That was two things I noted. Not a
Yeah.
good sign was that Cruz. Yeah, A, your main tactic needs to be using the cage,
Yeah.
and B, he was still trying to talk tactics 2 minutes before the fight.
Yeah,
That's never
yeah.
a good sign, is it? Really?
I also thought because it was obvious what was going to go on. There was going to be a fucking double leg takedown from Chiesa. That was going to be the fight. So
Yeah.
wouldn't it be nice if they maybe just stuck a little guillotine training in there for him? You know what I mean? Like Cody McKenzie style. Like just come on, just give him a little something, just in case he can't stop being taken down. Because Chiesa's a big guy, man. When you've got
Yeah.
a big guy trying to take a little guy down, it's usually quite easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again,
I
they
don't
just
know.
they
You
just
don't
went
know
with
what's
this.
going on. You don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they're
yeah.
doing
There's
now.
so much going on. But when
But there's
that
one little thing. Yeah, go on.
go on. Oh, okay, when that illegal knee you mentioned
Yeah.
happened, I mean, it was a proper knee. It did connect, but it didn't really affect him. But
No.
the point's got to come off for that anyway.
Yeah. You don't think he could have given a warning first? Or is
I
it
think with the illegal knees, if it
their
connects,
knees down and you knee him in the head? That's
Yeah,
it, isn't
yeah.
it, really?
yeah,
gotta be a
it's funny.
full-on.
Faber going knee, and as soon as it was illegal, it was like, okay, we've got to watch that leg, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But when they had that knee and they stop, what the hell is this thing with the no coaching rule? Because it's not like
know.
they're coaching throughout the entire fight anyway. So what fucking difference does it make if they're coaching while they're having a little break from the
I
illegal
suppose
knee?
there's a difference between just shouting shit while they're in the middle of a fight
Yeah.
and then your cornering that you do in between rounds.
I don't know, man. It seems silly.
It's
I don't
it's
get it.
probably closer to cornering than it is to general shouting.
Right.
Because I suppose
But it's
you don't
not
know
really
how
though.
much
I mean,
of that general shouting.
if you've got someone down
Can I
and they're near your
finish
corner,
sentence?
sorry,
No.
go on.
Oh fuck it! I've forgotten what I was saying now. You don't know how much of that general shouting the fight is actually listening to.
Yeah,
Whereas-
yeah. How much it's going in?
Whereas when it's cornering, then you know they're directly talking to him. I suppose that so it's unfair tactics. I
But
don't know.
again, it's the same for both fighters, though. It just seems odd.
Yeah, true.
It's not like one's getting an advantage over the other one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of them weird rules, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose that about covers it. Really, fight wasn't that great, was it?
Yeah, he should have won. But I do
I did
think
notice. Gone.
that thing we talk about where the scoring, it'd be nice if they didn't score so heavily on takedowns. Like, for example, if you take someone down, but then they get up and you basically did no damage, that it shouldn't necessarily be scored positively.
Yeah, get ups. You should get points for get
Yeah.
ups.
That's as skillful as being getting a takedown, no? Or
Yeah, yeah. Might even maybe a little bit harder. Because a takedown, you just got to knock someone off balance, get a single leg, take a leg out.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're on the ground, you got someone on top of you, punching you in the face and shit, and
it's at least equal. It's at least equal. So therefore,
I think it's at least equal. It takes a lot of skill, especially the way people use the cage, like they'll wall walk to get themselves back up. That's.
I didn't think Chiesa did any major damage when he took him down. Not really. I mean, he was still fighting from the bottom as well.
He did what he had to do to win.
But he just about got that win. But he doesn't look like a winner.
No, I'd say it's a well-deserved win.
No, but do you think he looks like a winner of the show based on that?
No. To me, nobody looks like they're going. Nobody looks better than Justin Lawrence.
Lawrence, yeah.
No chance. There's one other little thing I noticed at the end as well, where did you notice when Faber tried to make that little joke about Dominic Cruz's shoes at the end?
I'll tell you what that reminded me of. Go on.
But did you hear Dominic Cruz off mic?
No, I didn't hear that.
He was just going, "Oh, really? Is that what? You doing that? Really?
Oh, is that what he did? He called him out on it.
He just went, "Really? Is that the best you like? You're doing that now live on TV? Like,
go back and you hear lame. It's so lame though.
It was. So he called him out for being lame. He
was
like, "Really? That's what you come. That's what you're coming at me with? Oh, please!" And you can hear him whispering it. You don't notice it because obviously then Tickle gets all fucking wound up. And
I did. I tried to rewind it and listen. I couldn't make out what was being said because I was listening to it on a laptop, so I needed headphones.
Yeah, put headphones in and listen to it again because he's basically just going, "Really?" Oh. And just sort of like shaking his head like, "Oh, you dickhead."
But it felt like that. Like when you're at school and you're doing PE, right? And then like 1 week you get a new pair of trainers, and then like there's a few kids that, "Oh yeah, you got new trainers, have ya? Or if you had a haircut. Oh, I had a haircut of you."
Haircut.
Yeah.
But the thing is as well, he'd already noted before, "Oh, you're not wearing your red shoes this week."
Yeah.
So it's like, right, he's not wearing them. You can't make the joke now. You can't go, "Well, if Dominic Cruz had been wearing his red shoes, then I would have said..."
This is what I would have joked.
Yeah. It's like, oh, come on,
that
man.
boat's gone, man. But he's obviously thought about that joke all week, and he's like, "I can't wait to nail this."
I know.
Shit, he changed shoes. Right. All right, fuck it, we'll still go with it.
Exactly. So, yeah, again, that's another little... Dominic won that little thing, but it's 2-2 in the series now.
Yeah.
So, pretty finely balanced.
I'm just a bit worried for Cruz now. Like, okay, you've got to take these defeats. And to be honest, he's been very nice with the fighters because it always feels like, okay, even though they lost, he's still there for the fighters to say, "Look, you got to learn from this. That's the main thing. You've always got to learn from everything." Like Fury when he lost, saying, "You haven't been through a war like that before."
Yeah.
So
again, a bit of a contrast to what happened in TUF Brazil, but
we'll come to that.
Yeah, you'll have to watch our next podcast for our thoughts on that. But yeah, man, not the greatest fight.
Did you see the viewing figures? Do you know what's been going on there with Ultimate Fighter Live? Basically, the first episode had 1.3 million viewers, and it's been on a steady decline. And this last episode had 947,000, which is an all-time low for any season of Ultimate Fighter.
Any episode?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think they might have to drop the live format. I think that's what's making the viewing figures low, because only the really hardcore fans are appreciating the in-depth that you're getting on the actual fighting part. It's not entertaining.
Like you said, it becomes less of a soap opera.
It's not entertaining really, in terms of like a soap or a storyline.
Or a reality show.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
But yeah, I'm still gonna watch.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm loving it.
As I'm sure you will.
Yes.
If you've made it to episode 5.
That's it. So yeah, that about wraps it up, I think. Rear Naked Chat on Twitter.
Yes.
Rear Naked Channel on YouTube. You should know that because you should be watching it on here right now.
Yeah.
And if you want to get in touch, give us any positive feedback.
Yeah,
like
come on, man. Prove the world isn't full of haters. Come on, just give us some love. If you like the show, obviously.
rearnakedchat@gmail.com. And that's about it. Peace and love.
See you in Brazil.
Yeah.